Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Let's Stay Together Baking Edition. I am so excited to have Kat on the show today, and we are going to whip up a delicious recipe and have some fun. It's Friday. We have to have fun after all. So let me grab her right now. There she is. Such a good recipe coming up for you. I can't wait.
Hello!
Hey Kat, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you as well. I know it's been a crazy week, but we're here and we're doing it.
That's right.
How's your week been?
It's been good. It's been good. I've been busy shooting on Rachel Ray, getting some Today Show segments in the pipeline, but I have to tell you, I've been very, very excited for your recipe today. Like, this is awesome. Last time we talked, I had you on the show, and we talked about baking together, and now we're making it happen.
I love it. You know, that's what we got to do in 2020. We got to take advantage. We got to do this because what do we have to lose? You know?
Oh, hell yeah. So tell everybody what we were making today.
So today we are baking carrot cake bars, and I love going on Pinterest and researching new recipes, and this is sort of an experiment that I took a recipe and adapted it, because I know you and I are very similar. We love sweets, but we also like to stay healthy and try and find those alternatives. So yes. I took this recipe and said, okay, you can make it full butter, full sugar, full gluten, whatever. But you can also, there's a lot of options. You can switch out flour, you can switch out sweeteners. I'm still using full butter because I'm Southern and that's what I do. So there's so many options with this.
Nice. I love that. Well, for everybody tuned in, I have all your questions that you sent me to ask Kat today. So I figure when it's cooking, we'll do a fun little Q&A.
I love it.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you take the lead. Tell me all about this. Show me the ropes.
Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, what I always start with baking, is blending the butter and the sweet together. Okay. So I've got some butter here.
Okay.
And it's 2 tablespoons of butter.
Okay. Now, should this be like melted or?
I usually go with softened
okay.
Because then it blends, but it doesn't quite change the chemistry of the butter.
Okay, cool. Oh, and wait, should we be preheating our ovens?
Yes, the ovens should be preheating to 350. I always forget to preheat my oven.
I know, I do that too. I'm always like that. But I got a head start, so we're good.
Okay, good. I'm so bad about that. I can't tell you the number of times that I've gotten to putting things in the oven and going, all right, well, the oven's cold, so I guess I have to wait a minute.
Okay, so I'm mashing my butter up. Okay, so the butter was 1. What was 2?
Next, the sweetener. So I'm actually doing an experiment. I found this xylitol honey substitute.
Ooh.
And I'm going to see how that does with this recipe.
Okay, I have maple syrup, so.
Perfect. So it'll be a 1/4 cup of that.
Okay, 1/4 cup. I love these sweetener alternatives because it's so much better than just sugar, right?
It's true. I love me some sugar. Don't get me wrong, I've been eating a lot of candy corn this month. But it's something that, you know, if you can avoid getting the glucose drop, it's so much nicer.
Totally.
So there's that.
And
so I'm just going to kind of blend these together just to give us a start of something.
Cool. So it's looking like that. Does that look right? I'm just kind of mashing it all and.
Perfect. Yeah. You just kind of want a consistent, like golden brown, fatty, syrupy base.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. It already smells so good, by the way.
Oh my gosh, I love fall flavors with the pumpkin and the maple and the carrot, and I don't know, it does something for me.
Are you a big fall girl?
I am. I'm a turkey baby, so I think it's just kind of in my blood.
Very nice. When's your B-Day?
It's the November 22nd.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah. So once you've got that all blended together, let's add the eggs. So this recipe takes 3 eggs.
Cool.
So I've got my eggs here, and I'm just going to crack. I always crack them into a separate bowl first, because sometimes you get a weird egg, and you don't want to ruin a whole batter with a weird egg.
Okay, cool. So 3 you said, right?
3, yeah.
Perfect. I can't believe that we're making, I mean, I know there's like carrot cakes, but I've never really heard of another alternative to a carrot dessert. So I love that this is a carrot bar.
It's great. You know, there's so many things, because carrots are inherently kind of sweet.
Yeah.
And I've gotten into this phase of finding desserts that are sweet without being saccharine, because you can kind of appreciate the flavors more.
Ooh, I love that. Love it, love it. Grab a paper towel. Okay, and now just mash them all together?
Absolutely.
Perfect. How often are you baking these days?
A lot of carrot cake bars, a lot of, what else am I baking these days? It's crumble season, in my opinion. So I do a lot of like fruit crumbles, apple crumbles,
Wow.
a lot of different desserts. Fall's my favorite. You can really get the great produce.
Yeah, oh, and the flavors of fall are the best.
I love a good quiche in the fall and winter as well.
Ooh. All right, I'm just saying, you might need to come out with a cookbook one of these days.
I would so be down. It'd take a lot of work, but
yeah.
probably should have done that this year. All right, so once we have that pretty much combined, I usually add the flour next. Now we're starting to build our carrot cake batter.
Okay.
What kind of flour are you using today?
I bought some almond flour.
Ooh. I'm again doing an experiment. I'm doing a mix of chickpea flour and tapioca flour just to see what happens.
Nice. Now, do you cook a lot gluten-free?
I do. I found out a couple years ago that my body and gluten do not get along very well. But because I still love to bake and I love carbs, I've had to learn a lot and find new alternatives to these things.
Nice, nice. Now, how much flour?
It is 1.5 cups of flour.
Okay, 1.5 cups. Perfect. And throw it right in?
Just dump it right in. A lot of recipes say to add flour slowly, and that comes into play when you're using like a beater and stuff, but if you put enough elbow grease in and just make sure that, you really get all the dry spots out, it's just an extra arm workout,
Oh, yeah. And listen, you and I are all about getting in those workouts.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so blend that together. By the way, I didn't even ask you, are you feeling all right? You've had a little bit of a fall lately.
I'm doing okay. This is pretty much the most working out I've done in about a week, which is kind of crazy for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm fine. My stitches are healing, and I'll be back on my feet real soon. I mean, I'm on my feet now. I'm crutchless. I just can't really go anywhere.
That's impressive, though, that you're standing already and you're not in pain.
Yeah. Oh, it's really fine. It's just the cut on my leg has to heal. So they don't want me to move my leg a lot to let the stitches kind of set up properly.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad you're feeling good.
Oh yeah. I'm what's up, Cookie.
That's right. Now look at that. It's actually forming a beautiful, nice, smooth batter. Yes.
Lovely. I'm gonna go ahead and add the chemistry elements as well. So we have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder.
Okay. Now why baking soda and baking powder?
The baking powder is because it's a gluten-free flour, and so a lot of times you'll have to add that just to make the chemistry right, so it behaves a bit more like gluten. Even though it's not there. And the consistency will never quite be the same, but it's about as close as we can get.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Added that.
One lesson I've learned is not to overbeat gluten-free flour because you can overwork it and it gets really gummy really quickly. I made some drop biscuits the other day that did not turn out as I expected. They were quite solid.
Oh, I got you. So you want it to be a little bit like a wet batter almost.
Yeah, a little bit like a cakey, bready kind of situation. Not as thick as cookie dough.
Okay, cool.
Then once that's combined, I'm gonna go ahead and add the cinnamon, which you can kind of do to taste. I don't have nutmeg, but I'm just gonna do a teaspoon of cinnamon plus a little. Something I always do with cinnamon. I do cinnamon plus.
I like that. I mean, there are like probably no other better flavors of fall than cinnamon, nutmeg, and pumpkin.
I mean, I can't get enough of it.
So good.
It just smells like the holidays and nostalgia to me, you know?
I love it. Look, I even put up my fall tree in your honor behind me.
That's so cute.
I love it.
I was talking to one of my girlfriends last night. We were trying to decide when it's too early to put up holiday decorations.
Yeah.
We decided we should probably wait till after Halloween to put up our, our winter holiday stuff. But we may do it on Halloween night. I don't know.
Well, listen, I'm putting up my wreaths. Like, I have a terrace outside, and I'm putting all my holiday wreaths up Sunday.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
Like, it's happening. It's just, I'm going for it. And Christmas tree will be up November 7th.
I love it. We got to start celebrating something this year, you know?
I know. I'm with you.
How's the weather in New York? Do you guys have snow yet?
No, today is actually the first really cold day. Like, I had to put on my big down jacket when I went outside, and it was freezing.
I miss that.
Oh, I hope you get to experience some sort of chilly winter this season.
I'm trying to figure out, I'm watching COVID numbers and scheming with some friends just because I don't think I'm going to go home for the holidays this year because traveling at the holidays, going to see my grandparents, I don't think that's going to be a safe thing to do.
Yeah, you're smart.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, we're figuring it all out, right?
Indeed we are. Indeed we are. So the last thing we need to add is our carrots.
Amazing.
So I pre-shredded some carrots.
Cool, me too, I'm with you.
Also, I was thinking, and if people want to, they can add things like raisins or walnuts or, there's a lot of other carroty things that you can add in. I'm going to be a bit of a purist today and just keep my just carrots. But
Okay, cool.
people can get creative with this recipe, which is why it's super fun. And it's 1 cup of carrots.
And throw it right in?
Dump it right in there.
All right.
I learned to bake when I was a kid, so a lot of my baking skills come with, just dump it in and mix it up and figure it out.
Nothing's better than that. I like that. You gotta just be able to kind of eye it sometimes.
Exactly. I think part of that, though, comes... Yeah?
This is fall in a bowl right now.
Ugh. Oh, my gosh. It looks like your tree just kind of let out some, sap and leaves, and we've got a little nice fall mixture.
The tree and the fall candle behind me. I don't know if you noticed that either, but...
I'm such a candle person. I love that.
Oh my God, you have no idea. Like, wait, right off camera, look at those. Sorry for the mess. Okay, it's not turning, but I literally have 3 or 4 candles in my hands, like right here.
I love it. I
mean,
just had a major construction thing happen in my house, and I had to pull things out of my cabinets. I probably found a solid 30 candles that I just collected over the years.
You're a girl after my own heart. I love it.
I'm not allowed to buy candles anymore. That's the thing. I can't buy any more candles until I use these up.
All right, but I have a few good brands you might like, so we'll have to talk.
Okay, send me your recommendations.
All right, I will.
All right,
This looks
so
great.
Now we need to get to the most exciting part, which is put it in the pan and start baking.
Yay!
So I've got a little 8x8 pan here.
Perfect.
Oh, look at you, Pyrex. And I'm gonna go over to the sink real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And, because I will slip and fall if I...
So I should spray it.
Spray it, butter it, grease it, however you like.
I gotta smell this.
Oh.
Hey, Kat.
Cameo from the husband up in here.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Oh, this is already looking good. I'm obsessed with carrot cake, so I'm very excited about this.
Well, I hope it goes well. It's all a grand experiment, I'll tell you that.
All right, I'll hold this for you.
All right, you'll hold it for me. So we pour it in the bowl.
Yep, just pour it straight in the pan. Make sure it's kind of, evenly distributed.
Look, I'm kind of cheating because I have a helper for this part. Okay, let's see. And then we'll shake the bowl. There we go.
I tell you, one of my quarantine purchases was this mixing bowl because I knew I was going to be doing a lot of baking and mine were super old. And it's actually a Rachel Ray mixing bowl, and it's my favorite one ever.
Oh my
Red.
God, we have that.
Yeah, the red one.
Yeah, we have it in red.
Yeah, it's so great because it's deep enough, things don't fly everywhere, and there's the little rubber on the bottom. Oh,
Oh, I gotta tell her you like her stuff because she created all of that, by the way. Like those were her designs, her visions. I mean, she's amazing with
I
all
am
of that.
not surprised because it is glorious.
Yes.
That looks really
Okay.
nice.
Oh, that's nice and even, right?
Look at that.
There we go. So now that we've got this all in the bowl, I'm going to, I have my off-screen helper as well. My bare oven mitts.
Aww.
And hand you that, my dear. Thank you so much. And in we go. So this this has to cook for, it says 25 to 27 minutes, but we'll see.
Okay, so set it for like 25?
I would think so, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna set that for 25. All right.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys chat, and I'll come back to be the taste tester.
Fabulous.
Of course you will. All right.
Also, I was gonna say before we get into the questions, if people want to make like a glaze to go with it, it's really simple. You can just take like either if you want to do cream cheese frosting, you can do powdered sugar and cream cheese and just like mix it together really well, or you can do a little milk and a little powdered sugar and some vanilla and whip it together, and it makes a nice like thin glaze or a nice icing or whatever you want to do with it. I just wanted to try it plain.
Yeah. Ooh, that sounds good. Okay, I might actually try that. I love a good glaze, a good fall glaze. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, so that is cooking, and I know a lot of the viewers want to get to some questions. So we have a lot of good stuff, all random, fun, different types of things. So we're going to dive right in. And I have the names of you guys too. So shout out to everybody watching. The first question is, I am Kristen IUS, and she would like to know, what career would you choose if you were not in the industry?
So actually, before I was an actor, I wanted to be an economist. And I was
I feel so insufficient right now.
I'm a huge math nerd, and so as a kid, my greatest love was economics, and all I wanted to do was go into developmental economics and kind of help the world that way. And it's such a specific, nuanced field, and it fascinated me.
Wow, that's so cool. So you still love math. You're all about it.
I do. When I was a kid, actually, the two magazines I used to get in the mail were Teen Vogue and The Economist.
Oh my God. Well, maybe you'll play a role where you are highly involved with math.
I would love that. How about yourself? What would you do if you weren't in this industry?
What would I do? You know, I always say there's two things. One, I would love to have been a therapist. I don't know. I like hearing, not that I want people to have problems, but I like hearing what's going on in someone's life and trying to help them get to the other side of something. I love that.
I can see that in you.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like it. I like to listen. And then, if not that, I used to do gymnastics, and I stopped, and I want to be a pro gymnast.
I love those ideas. You be a pro gymnast therapist, just like
Ooh, all in one.
all in one.
Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm inspired. I love that. All right, Bot to Mott wants to know, who is your inspiration behind your musical talent, and will we ever see an album from you in the future?
Well, funny you should ask. I actually have been working really hard the last month or two to get some things together. I found all these old songs on my computer, and I said, you know what? What other than 2020 of an opportunity are we going to have to kind of go back in the archives and just say, these aren't doing any good collecting dust on my computer. Let's get them out in the world. Maybe they'll do somebody some good. So that should be coming within the next month or so.
So we will hear a song from you in the next month or so.
Indeed you will.
Wow. Any tease of what the vibe of it will be?
You know, it's funny because a lot of my music, some of it I've written, some of it are music that friends of mine have written, and I just kind of connected with the subject matter. But it's all, it spans a range. It's pop music for sure, but the music I write is more like the Halsey Banks vibe.
Cool.
But everything else, it kind of runs the gamut, which is fun. Because I grew up doing theater, so I'm more used to being like, here, sing this, and kind of fitting into whatever puzzle I need to.
That's so cool. And as a follow-up, would you do a holiday song?
Oh, I would love that. Actually, that would be really fun. I actually got to do a little bit of that last year. Do you remember that movie Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron from back in the day?
Yeah.
Cartoon now that that's on Netflix that is like the new generation of kids that are playing with spirit. And they had a holiday special last year, and I got to play a role and sing a few Christmas songs, and it was so fun.
That's amazing. Okay, cool. Well, we look forward to hearing the music. I love that. Isabel L. Celine would love to know, do you miss Shadowhunters and do you still talk to your castmates?
I miss Shadowhunters every day. You know, that show, it means so much to me, the cast and the crew and the story and everything. It was so instrumental in kind of shaping who I am as an adult, as well as it really created this community out in the world for a lot of kids who really felt lost and who really found themselves and found their community through the show. And that is so heartwarming to me. But yes, I still talk to the cast. I talk to them almost on a daily basis, if not multiple times a day. So we've got a few actually things brewing with a couple of them, but we'll see.
Nice. Do you ever watch older episodes, and especially this year?
Yeah, at the beginning of quarantine, there were a couple fan sites that were doing like watch backs and watch along and live tweeting certain episodes. And I jumped into a few of them, and it was so fun to relive those memories. You know, you kind of forget the things that happened behind the scenes until you watch it again and you go, oh my God, I totally forgot this happened this day, or this person was doing this, or we were, you know, somebody was off camera goofing around with something or another. And it was absolutely hysterical. But, you know, it's a walk down memory lane.
Is it ever weird for you to watch yourself, or you're like, ooh, I don't know, I can only do it for like 5 minutes, or?
Oh yeah, no, I have way more fun watching everybody else, honestly. I kind of have to watch through my fingers sometimes. I've had to come to terms with just dealing with being uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like secretly the biggest nerd, and I just do not like seeing my work. Oh yeah,
No, not okay. Bori Ivan Ova is wondering, what is something that Mia and Clary would bake?
Ooh.
I love that question.
That is an interesting question. What would Mia and Clary bake? I think they would definitely bake something that was kind of hearty and warm, and maybe like a bourbon molasses cookie, or some kind of, because Mia loves her scotch. She's just like her father. She loves it. And Claire, they both have that sort of warm, feisty quality to them. So something spicy and something bourbony, and something that, you know, they could share with the rest of the gang.
Nice. Good choices. And on the same cooking theme, Rylan Weiss is wondering, what is your favorite dish to make for your friends?
My favorite thing to make for my friends, there's two things. I love oatmeal butterscotch cookies.
Oh my God.
To whip up, and they're fun and something a little different. But also I have this recipe for margarita bars.
What?
It's
with
basically
tequila?
Yes. So it's basically like a lemon square, and a margarita had a love child.
Wow.
And it's quite boozy and delicious at the same time. It's fun for a party.
Okay, you might need to trademark that, because I've never heard of that before in my entire life.
I found it on Pinterest. It's amazing.
That is so, so cool. I love that. Jack T 1705, will Kat be at any conventions next year?
If conventions happen, I will be there.
Okay.
I love conventions. I miss them so much. It gives me an opportunity to travel, and also I love hearing everyone's stories and getting to actually connect with people. And you know, I stalk you guys on Twitter sometimes, and I look at all your fan art and all the lovely things that you say, but it means so much more to get to connect with people in person and kind of form those bonds on a in-person level. I miss that.
Yeah, and you're so welcoming and inviting with your fans. I love the thing you do on Fridays, Fan Art Friday. I mean, they create beautiful, beautiful art.
That's the thing. There's so much fan art out there that I am overwhelmed in the best possible way. So all I can do is just post a bunch of it out in the universe every Friday, and you know, hope that I can somehow have that be my thanks to the kids that spend so much time creating all this incredible stuff.
Yeah, well, I know it means a lot to many people, so that's awesome. Portal Cat Brazil, do you like playing the good girl or the villain more?
It's funny. I love that I've had the opportunity to do both, honestly, because that's, as an actor, what I crave most is kind of diversity and getting to be that chameleon and getting to kind of put every hat on that I possibly can. And having played heroes like Clary and Mia for so many years, it was a wonderfully odd departure to get to go play Julie in The Stand, who is arguably the worst human you could possibly be. So it's nice because you get to kind of use a different set of muscles and figure it out. I mean, playing a villain is always sometimes more fun because, you know, you have the most delicious dialogue usually and the best shoes and all those fun things. But it's fun to be the good guy too.
Okay, I have a follow-up to that. What Disney villain would you want to play in a live-action remake? Even if it's been done.
You know, I would love to say like Maleficent or something like Ursula from Little Mermaid, but I think if I were to do it many years in the future, I've always loved Yzma from Emperor's New Groove.
Nice.
I think she's such a lovable, odd, evil weirdo, and I think she'd be so fun to play.
Okay, hey, you never know. Never know. Put it out there. Sarah Jane, horror movies. Now, we know you like your horror, right? So what horror movies are you watching? Do you recommend? Give us the lowdown.
I'll give you a couple, because I have a very long list.
Okay.
I would say Carrie. I would say Oculus is one that I absolutely love. It Follows is a great one. Us, I fell in love with last year. I mean, there's a whole long list, but I have to tell you, have you seen Oculus?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it's this horror movie about this old mirror that has a spirit living in it, right?
Okay.
And so I don't have any old mirrors in my house, and I'm so thankful after I watched the movie the first time because I was so freaked out. But I have this giant IKEA mirror that used to sit on my landing on my stairs. And it was a couple hours after I watched the movie, and I was, doing stuff in my house, and all of a sudden the mirror, I kid you not, literally jumps off of my wall for no reason. And I'm like, gosh darn it, this is really freaky now.
I would run out of the house.
I nearly did.
Oh no, you're watching Oculus and then that happens after? Come on.
Yeah, it was not fun. I still to this day have no idea why it happened.
Oh my God, somebody was trying to communicate with you.
Yeah, I hope not. I come in peace.
Now, are you excited for the new Scream and Halloween coming next year?
I'm so excited. That's something I've been doing a lot of this year, is going back and revisiting a lot of my favorite movies and a lot of movies that I haven't seen. And I think it's always fun when people find a new take on a story that's already been told. Because why not? It's 2020. We gotta see what we can do.
Oh yeah, and I actually just read that I Know What You Did Last Summer. Maybe I'm dating myself here, but I love that movie. And it's being developed into a TV show.
It is indeed.
Crazy.
How fun is that going to be?
I just want to play like somebody that works at a bar and gets killed. Like I'm not an actor. I don't want to be in the movie. I just want like a scene. That's all I want.
Sometimes that's the most fun. I've actually done that in a couple of horror pieces now. My girlfriend Zelda just directed this amazing sorority horror slasher called Kappa Kappa Die that's on CWC. And she called me last year about this time we were shooting it. And she goes, hey, can you come in for half a day and can I kill you with a Jello shot? And I said, sure, why not? So I went for half a day of work. She murdered me with a Jello shot through the face. And it turned out great. And I had so much fun. And the piece was really, really funny. So I was happy to even just be there for 2 seconds.
Yeah, I saw that on your Instagram. If you guys haven't seen it, I think it's still on your feed. It's a good scene.
It's
good
fun.
scene.
It's fun. Check out the rest of it on CWC. It only gets worse from there.
Oh my God. Nice. Okay. Portal Brazil also wanted to know your favorite holiday and why.
I would have to say Thanksgiving, personally. Just because I love the fact that, with the other winter holidays, things can get, bogged up in other aspects. And I just love the fact that it's a holiday that's all about sitting down with the people that you love, eating some really good food, and just appreciating life.
I like that. I love that. I'm a Thanksgiving guy too. We host Thanksgiving, so I love the holiday.
Amazing.
It's fun. How are we doing with time? About 11 minutes. Okay. Abby Shack, how do you stay so positive when things get so tough?
I'm really glad that somebody asked that question. You know, I'm not positive every day. And, you know, you don't suddenly spring out of bed every morning with a giant smile on your face. A lot of days I do, because that's kind of how I choose to live my life. But even on the tough days, you just have to accept that not every day is perfect. And you can choose how you experience that day. You can choose to find the silver lining and make it a good day and do everything in your power to try and, you know, at least laugh about any misfortune that's happening to you. Or you can sit and wallow in it and have a really bad day and just keep perpetuating the negativity. And to me, life is too short to live in that negative space. If you can, yes, there are things in life you have to experience and feel and work through. But the point is you're working through it. You're not sitting in it.
Yeah, I love that answer. I think that, especially this year, we're all entitled to having a bad day. It happens. But like you said, it's choosing to move through it and not simmer in it, right?
That's something I always appreciate about the things you post as well. You always have such a positive vibe. And on those days when I'm having a bad day, I'm like, what's Tommy doing? What's he posting? Because it always looks.
Thank you. I'm very similar to you. That's just kind of how I view life. And I know there's a lot that we could dwell on, but I choose to try to keep going. Just keep on going.
Especially this year, and especially this time with the election coming up, it's our turn to kind of take charge and become responsible for creating the world we want to live in.
Yeah, 100%. Oh my God, I couldn't agree with you more. A couple more questions. Why Ingrid wants to know, what is the first place you want to travel to after the pandemic?
I want to go back to London, because I have so many friends there and there's so much I want to explore. You know, I've never been to Scotland. I would love to go explore because it's such a beautiful country. I want to go back to Ireland and kind of explore that and explore more of England itself. And you know, then from there I probably won't come home for a while, and maybe I'll hop to an island or go to, I was in Portugal for about 3 days a couple years ago for Comic-Con, and I'm dying to go back. It's such a beautiful country, and you know, once you're over in Europe, it's so hard to not explore.
Yeah, I know. I miss traveling so much.
Mm-hmm.
One day, it'll be back.
I know. I was talking to a friend the other day about going to Bali, and I've gotten I followed so many travel Instagrams this year of just gorgeous places that I want to visit. I live vicariously through other people's pretty pictures at this point.
Oh my God, we went to Bali for our honeymoon.
Okay, I'll have to pick your brain then one of these days.
Oh, I can plan your whole trip. Like,
it's
one of the most special places. The food, the people, couldn't be nicer. I mean, everything, the sights you see. We'll talk about Bali.
That's what I hear. My mom was a foreign exchange student there when she was in high school. So I grew up seeing the things she brought back and hearing all of her stories and looking at her photos. And it's always been my dream destination.
Oh my gosh. You've got to go. I recommend everyone try Bali at some point, and we'll talk. And by the way, when you're in Bali, it's really, for everybody watching, it's not that expensive when you're there. Getting there, you got to save up a little bit. Getting there could be costly. But once you're in Bali, it's not expensive. Like, we have beautiful 5-course meals for like nothing, like literally next to nothing. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, it's me, Jesse08. Now, I saw this question quite a lot. I'm pretty sure I know the answer to it, but I have to ask it for all your fans. Will Green Arrow and Canaries get any sort of series order? What is the status? Do you know? Any intel?
I wish I had something to share with you. I literally know nothing. You know, we were in limbo going into this pandemic, and then now it's just put things back even farther, because CW is just trying to figure out even how to make the shows they already ordered, let alone add a new one into the mix. So we'll see. We're still hopeful, and if nothing else, I'm not done with Mia Smoke yet, and I'm fully volunteering as tribute to pop in and out of any other shows and come back, you know, from the future in some way.
Yeah, and that's so fun about your characters. You can do that, right?
100%.
Yeah, you bounced around a lot, and I love that. We good on time? Okay, perfect. I'm like, I don't want anything to burn.
I know,
have to
it
take a
smells
peek.
so good. I keep looking at it. Oh gosh, it looks yummy.
Oh my God, this is looking like a cake right now in there. Oh, guys, you're in for a treat. It's so, so nice. Okay, I got a lot of questions about what your favorite shows to binge watch right now are.
Okay. I've been going through a lot of them. I finally
Me
finished
too.
Barry, which I'm a huge Bill Hader fan, and it was so fantastic.
Yeah.
I finished Great British Bake Off as well. I'm such a huge fan, obviously, given all of this. It's such a great one.
Yeah.
Lucifer is so good. I can't wait for the other half of the season to come out. What else have I been binge watching? There was another show I just finished that I was so sad it was over. I went back and rewatched New Girl, which I watched years ago, but coming back to it again, it's so nice because the comedy has such an edge to it, and it's so honest and self-deprecating, and the cast is just awesome.
Yeah, nice, nice. We're currently binging Insecure, which we love.
Oh, it's so good. I did that back in I think I binged that in May. What month are we in now? So
I know. It's so good. We have 2 episodes left of season 4, and I'm like, no, I need more.
I know. Issa Rae is just a genius, in my opinion.
Yeah, she's so good. So, so good. Okay, Mary, 41321 for you, had a lot of questions about future projects and what your dream next project might be.
There's a few things. I mean, I have some things in the works, and I have a lot of projects that I have been meant to shoot for a year now, which have all been put on hold for COVID. But so a few of those are dream projects for me. I also have been developing a lot of things to direct and developing a lot of things to be working on the behind the camera side as well as in front of the camera, which is actually really lovely. You know, I've been really lucky to work with a lot of amazing crews and a lot of amazing directors that have taught me so much. And I'm just dying to have a seat at the table and to have a little bit of creative influence as well, and try my hand at some other aspects of production.
Yeah, something tells me you're a very hands-on person. You're not the type, and there's nothing wrong with this, but you don't just show up to set and do your job. Like, I feel like you're a sponge and you want to absorb everything going on around you.
100%. And actually, that's something that Shadowhunters really taught me. I can't tell you the number of times that our props department made us this round table that was on wheels because we would all sit on set. Nobody would go back to their trailers. And so we'd all just sit around this table, and people come up to you on set and show you a prop for the next episode, or they have a question about a costume or something like that. And then inevitably you end up with the whole cast that's working that day, plus a director, probably a writer, somebody from props, somebody from wardrobe, and the stunt coordinator, all discussing every department and kind of what is happening on the set. And then somebody from, the set design department will walk by with drawings, and everybody runs over because we all want to see. And nobody had any ego, and everyone just gave their honest opinion to sort of build the world together. And that made it such a more cohesive experience because you have everybody offering their resources to help elevate everyone else's work.
Yeah, that's really cool. And that's not always what you find on sets. So I think it's kind of special when there are people who are really into that sort of collaborative environment.
Absolutely. I'm just going to step over and check the...
Yes.
I think it's almost done, if not done.
Yeah, mine says 3 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Oh, I think my oven, I just got a new oven with my construction process, so I think my oven's a bit quick. But mine just came out.
Oh, that looks so pretty. Look at you with the nice golden brown. Oh my God, how does it smell?
Heavenly. I'm going to let it cool for a minute while yours finishes up, but let's do a couple more questions.
Cool. A lot of questions about the potential for a Shadowhunters movie, and interesting you mentioned directing. Would you direct it?
I don't think I would direct a Shadowhunters project, just because when I'm doing Clary, it's such an all-encompassing, and I'm usually really, really busy between running around learning fights and trying to, be in every other scene and all of these other things. I would solely want to focus on that. But that being said, a Shadowhunters reunion I am so in for. I mean, if Clary exists, I know they're developing an Infernal Devices thing, and they're talking about a lot of other worlds of Shadowhunters, and if Clary has a place or one of her ancestors, I volunteer as tribute. I'm dying to get my ginger hair back and, you know, grab those Kindles again.
Yeah, you missed the red?
I do. I mean, I'm strawberry blonde naturally, so
Yeah.
I do kind of miss it sometimes. Being ginger makes me a little spicy, and I miss it.
I love that. Okay, well, we'll see if red hair cat comes back. Are you dressing up for Halloween? Are you doing anything?
I am going over to one of my girlfriend's houses, and we're gonna carve pumpkins and eat junk food and watch Halloween movies because she has this projector outside out back of her house, and we just kind of sit outside and watch movies.
Nice. In costume or no costume?
Oh, definitely in costume.
Okay, so we'll have to stay tuned for it, right?
I have some ideas up my sleeve.
Me too. I have it all planned. I gotta work on it tonight a little bit.
Oh yeah, amazing! I can't wait
yeah.
to see.
I love Halloween. I think it's, even though we're not going to a party or doing anything like that this year, we're just hanging home. It's I don't know. You have to be festive, right?
You have to make life fun. You know, I grew up in a house with my mom and my grandparents who always did everything they could to either make life fun or make it a game or to laugh about something and make things just silly.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of how I try and live life as well.
I love that. I'm with you. Okay, I'm getting it out of the oven. Wow, this looks so beautiful. Oh, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Check that out.
Gorgeous.
It smells insane. Wow. And it's amazing that with gluten-free, you know, alternatives to flour, it still rises. A lot of people wonder, will it rise? I don't know. It might not work out. Look at that. Beautiful.
Looks gorgeous. That's such a nice, and you can even see the carrots. That's lovely.
So good. It smells insane. I have a feeling my husband's going to be creeping around again now that he smells it.
When you bake in the house, everybody seems to kind of come around.
Oh, yes, they do. All right,
Although I love that about kitchens. In my grandmother's house, it's the same way. You know, somebody will always be in the kitchen, and inevitably, they have this beautiful house, this beautiful backyard. Inevitably, we all end up in the, you know, few square feet that is the kitchen, snacking on something.
Yeah, one of my favorite things too is we have like across from me, our kitchen's open and we have bar stools, and I love having, especially my in-laws come in and having a glass of wine. There's something about standing in the kitchen with a glass of wine that I love.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's wonderful, indeed.
You might be choosing whiskey, right? You're a whiskey girl.
Depends. I do love a glass of red wine. Wine makes me philosophical, but sometimes that's a good thing. Or at least I think I'm philosophical. We'll see.
Oh my God. Did you cut yours?
I did cut a piece.
How's it look cut? I'm giving my one more minute to cool off.
Oh
my
Oh
God.
my God, the smell.
There he is. I knew it.
I'm so excited.
Welcome to the party, she said.
Well, yeah, you all did all the work, and I'm just here, like, enjoying it.
I'm going to use my heavy-duty cutting spatula for this.
Oh, amazing.
And I need to cut a square. Dude, it's hot. Be careful.
Ooh, yeah, this-
I'm going to call my helper over, because I'm going to give them the pieces off. There you go.
It smells
Should we
so
get, like,
good. Yeah, you want to grab a little plate?
Yeah, let's see.
The smell of this is insane.
It really does smell good.
Here we go.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right.
Beautiful.
Now you gotta try it.
Okay. Wait,
Is this your first time trying, like, making this?
Yeah, I've never made this before. I have no idea if it's going to work. It might be terrible, but we're going to find out.
Let's see.
Cheers.
Oh my God. Cheers. Mmm.
Let's see.
Oh, that's good.
That's really nice.
That's really like, it's fall in a bite.
And I love that it has legit carrot in here. I mean, it's not just like flavoring. It's like,
Yeah, it's kind of, with the flour I use, it's really light and fluffy, and it's almost bready. It's like a
Wow,
ball of bread.
that's delicious. And I used almond flour, so mine's a little almondy too.
another bite.
That is so good. Kat, I am impressed.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I think this would be really good if people wanted to add raisins or like glaze it with either honey or like a powdered sugar cream cheese situation.
Ooh, yeah.
It's really good.
I love your glaze idea that you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
You've made those before?
The glazes are super easy to whip up. I usually put them over like cookies or sometimes it's nice if you make like a shortbread cookie but don't want to fully frost it. You can just put like a light glaze on it that adds that little sugary bite.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, you need to write something because this is damn good.
Maybe
it's
that'll
so
be my
light.
first evolution.
Yeah. What'd you say?
It's so light. It's not sugary.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well, I don't like heavy things. You say my
Just
entire thing. All right. I don't like heavy things, but that's delicious. I'm very, very impressed.
Well, thank you so much, Tommy. This has been so much fun.
This was awesome, Kat. It was a perfect Friday thing to do. I'm like totally in the season and vibe with Halloween weekend now. So I loved doing this with you.
You too. Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure.
We'll talk soon. Enjoy your Halloween weekend.
Bye.
Bye. Nice meeting you.
Bye.